Manage stream. Right, good evening, guys and gals. I'm just setting up a few things before I start tonight. Yeah. No, nowhere near. Right, there we go. Got that on. Right. So, we're on Dragon Age tonight. I finally got the thing so we can create a new character. I'm just going to send a quick tweet out, let everybody know we're live. See if we can get a few more people on. And just a sec, I've got a message on Twitter. It's from a graphic designer, so we'll get rid of that. Definitely. Right. So, hi, guys and gals. What's up? Right, and that tweet is away. Let's see if we get a few more people in. I'll just go back to the stream manager. That's odd. The two of you are in and Freya is in, but it's not recognising 3 viewers. Odd. Yeah, that's what I mean. Odd. Right, so we'll start a new game. Once this gets going, I'm going to keep quiet for a little bit because there is a bit of a opening title sequence and that does explain some of the backstory. So here we go, guys. We're starting.
Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
So guys and gals, after that we're going to select a gender. We're going to play as male. There are 3 races. There's humans, elf and dwarves. These are the pretty much standard races for any sort of fantasy game. As you can see, there's different racial benefits. I'll just go down to the bottom of the elves and human. For the way I play, I'm going to stick with my usual, which is a human. And then the class I usually play as is rogue, but I will show you the warrior class benefit, which is 4 strength, 3 dexterity and 3 constitution. The mage is obviously 5 magic, 4 willpower, which in this game willpower you use to cast your spells. So it boosts your magic and how do I explain it? Increases your mana meter. So for those of you who actually do play fantasy games, you'll be familiar with mana as your resource to cast a spell. So, but I usually go with this one with rogue. Which is +4 to dexterity, +2 to willpower, and +4 to cunning. Now, that does only bring us out with one actual way to go, which is human noble. But as you can see there, at the bottom there are 6 outcomes. The first one on the left, I believe, is for a Dalish elf. The second one is for a Dwarven castless, which means he has no clan, no family. They are the lowest of the low in the Dwarven community. The third one is the Tree of Life, so that's a city elf. The fourth one is the Magi Tower, the Magic Tower. So this is where most mages end up, unless they're what they call apostate mages. And the one to the right of the human noble is the Legion of the Dead, which I believe is another Dwarven story. So we're going with the human noble, Aiden. We'll have a look through the presets. We'll go with that one, that's closest to me. Oh, I've just noticed that that's that knocked off when we went to naming, so we'll go on to that. We'll go to next. We'll edit his stats. We'll add to strength, definitely. Cunning, dexterity, 2 to constitution. Right, we'll use coercion first. Lockpicking, definitely. And dual weapons mastery. We'll go with casual because we're just playing through the story. So
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
right.
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time. Oh, as you get older, those years make less difference. A lesson often hard won.
I doubt he'll be receptive, Hal. My fierce boy has his own mind these days, make her bless his heart.
As uniquely talented as his father, I'm sure.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle. Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, You didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, eh? They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that
Yes,
might be,
definitely.
this is one of my sons we're talking about. I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear.
Yes.
While we need as many
Oh,
good
yeah.
recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Yes, I'll be off with him.
In the meantime, find Fergus and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
I will do. Right, now we go and rob people blind. See what we can get. Because we're a rogue and that's what we do. Definitely go around and collect as many books as you can. When you're playing this, it boosts your XP, as you see.
Maker, forgive us all.
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you. Please, child, call me Malol. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need. Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be. There now. I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me. It is the least I could do. If the worst comes to pass, child, take comfort in knowing that the Maker's will takes many forms. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
Make as many friends as possible as well when playing this with characters, with NPCs, you know.
It is over.
And this is why I do have the lockpicking skill unlocked first, because there's lots of chests and things you can open. Every time you open a chest it gives you XP, not to mention the stuff within the chest.
Oh, my lord, we were just,
Playing cards.
The treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Terran stationed us here. We appreciate that, my lord. Thank you.
Nothing much in here, but it's always worth doing the interactions.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. Pardon my manners, my lord. It's simply that I've been looking all over the castle for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is
Oh
threatening
dear.
to leave. No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
Yep.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
Very well.
Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
Using this little quick wheel always points out what stuff you can't necessarily see first off. You can see through walls, literally. But it only has a certain amount of range. So once I've checked through the library, I am going to disappear. There is another interaction you can do with the old master in there talking to the squires, but it's not really worth having. It's only information on the relationship between the family that you're in and the house, who was the bloke in with the father. There's nothing in here. Go down there. It's always worth searching around before you complete your mission as well, before you move to the mission area, because sometimes a cutscene can happen and then it cuts you off from the area you were in, so it's always best to check around first. So I'll now move through to this sort of side mission area. I'll just check up here first. And I mean, I know the 5 XP and 10 XP doesn't seem like a lot of XP, but when you're first starting, it can really make the difference and get those levels up faster.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But, mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down. Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Does always make me laugh that she's the one who used to take care of you. She was the nanny.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
Definitely trying to tell you something.
It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait,
I've just said that.
did you hear that? Look out!
Sorry about that. It was another naming, so.
Shall be done. I shall do it. Shall be done. Tis begun.
Giant rats.
You say. Very well. No quarter shall be given. Tis begun. It shall be done. As you say. Don't give them the advantage!
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased
Well,
him
it's
into
the
death.
start of this adventure
It
tale.
looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all. Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
I think you tell Nan that there's a load of rats running around a larder.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will.
See, now you've got
Well, they're dead now.
I expect those filthy things are dead. Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Right, we'll have a quick interaction with her.
Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes? Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the turn with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable old bat.
Oh, bat am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining. Just keeping order. That's why your father keeps me on. The good maker knows I needn't take care of you anymore. Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is. Don't start with me. You've gotten all you're getting today. But what about you, my lord? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope? Good.
Of course.
Privy to your goings on now that you're grown. Just an old nanny, never invited to your father's fancy meetings. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you, the dog that bit? Good. Then you can start. A warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son. The young hound became arrogant, taking food from his kin and warning them, in the way of dogs, that the chief's family would punish them if they tried to attack him. Years passed, and the time for the chief's son to take a warhound came closer. Hahaku's pride swelled, and many of the people of the tribe came to the chief, quietly whispering of this dog's bullying. With each complaint, the chief saw only Hahaku's strength and pride, and sent his people away. But as his son grew, the chief watched more closely. The day might come when his boy's life would depend on this dog. If the humblest of his people would not trust Hahaku, how could he?
Exactly.
When the day came, Hahaku sat proudly waiting to be called, but the old chief chose Hahaku's brother as his son's hound. Hahaku was shamed, but felt no remorse. So great was his rage that he darted across the fire pit and bit the chief's hand. The chief and his son struck at Hahaku, cursing him. The hound ran into the village, seeking shelter in the tents and kennels. The other dogs snapped at him, and the tribe's people threw stones at him. Before the chief could reach him, the tribe had torn Hahaku apart. Now, what should you carry from this tale? Exactly. Hahaku took advantage of a position he thought he was entitled to. But you're far too old now for an old woman to be reminding you to watch how you behave, hmm?
Exactly.
It's a story worth repeating. That's all. Be off with you then. Tell your brother farewell before he rides off to war.
It's always worth advancing the story. Now we move up to the next mission area, which this should trigger another cutscene.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my younger son. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled.
Yes.
You've always had a way with her. And you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Yes. This'll trigger some interesting conversation.
Kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's riding with your father tomorrow.
It's good to see you again, my lord.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra.
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance. Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
Yes.
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother. I love you, my darling boy. You know that, don't you? Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
I'm going to have a quick look, see if I can find Iona for another character interaction. I know... Right, to the study. No.
Good evening, my lord.
Might be further up then. Let's have a look.
Finished.
No.
Impossible.
Key required. Key required. It's the only door you can go through. That one. I think this is our room. Yeah, I believe so. That is key required. So I can only go into another cutscene.
Really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the
A
mightiest
sword?
one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed
A
so
sword?
certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well. Stay. I'd like to say farewell. Then the Owl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards.
Yes.
Well, I'd better get underway. So many dark
Something
storms
not
ahead,
quite right.
So little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
And miss having both my children in one place before I leave? Not likely.
And make us sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
You dozy pillock.
Say this in front of your mother.
What's a wench? Is that what
And
you
your wife.
pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, Mother dear. You'll take care of her brother, won't you? It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough. Enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Shove off to bed. See, we've already got a level up. That does help. With various things. So before we move on, we'll level up. We'll put some into strength and one into constitution. We need to get constitution up because that's our life essentially. So, right, we need twin blade striking.
I shall do
Does that, and we'll make sure that that's active. What? No, somebody's out there.
My lord, help me! The castle is under attack!
Right.
Very well. It is begun. Very well. It is begun. Very well. As you said, it is begun. It shall be done.
Come on. Now.
I shall do that.
Stunned. Dead.
Here.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt? The scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Howl's men. Why would they attack us?
This is why they were taking so long.
You don't think Howl's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed. We must find him. We must fight our way to him. Your father needs us both. I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
Right, make sure we've got everything we can off the bodies. We'll go back into...
Here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
Take all of those. Right, we'll just level up dog. And we'll check weapons while we're here. Make sure we keep that active, definitely.
No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents? How he's not even taking hostages. He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor fuckers. Let's go, I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Nothing in here of any use, so we'll move on.
As you say, very well. No! As you say. I shall do. Shall be done. With it begun.
Oh, dear Landra.
I am done.
So that's Lady Landrew's dead.
So sorry. If she hadn't come to me. If she hadn't been here.
Another chest to open.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere. Don't be foolish. You would throw your life away? The front gates. That's where your father must be. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants entering the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then let us be swift.
Right. Take some leather gloves there. And we'll come down this ramp into another fight.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here! Yes, my lord! Here they come! Very well, as you say. I shall do that. Very well. Shall we go? It is begun. Blast you! I shall do that. Very well. It is begun. Shall we go? Away with you! I don't believe for this. It is begun, as you say. Very well. Back! It shall be done. Careful! You'll bleed for this.
Houstons will not fall to the likes of you!
As you say.
Battle! We fight for our home!
Bleeding.
It's always good to search the rooms as well. Take as much as you can from these opening scenes because they'll help you later on.
I shall do it. Very well. Shall we go? You'll bleed for this. As you say.
Search through the rubble.
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
Another check in here. Another chest.
Now. Think again.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Cousland family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
Finished.
Those two have died.
Done.
Take everything in here, definitely. pressing the wrong button there. So we've just picked up. We'll equip that, definitely. That's better armour than the leather armour. We will equip Family Sword, +1 to damage, +4 attack. I'll just move a few things into junk just to get rid of them.
Very well. It shall be done. As you say, I shall do it. It is begun. Blast you! Shall be done. Blast you! As you say, we must fight. Let us do it quickly.
As a corpse.
Very well. As you say, I shall do it. It is begun. Very well.
Yeah, still on.
As you say. Quickly, we must run you through! Take that!
We'll go and see if the priest
We must not exhaust
there.
our supplies. It is begun. Shall be done. Shall be done. I shall do it. Very well. Over here. Shall be done. It is begun.
That's 2 beheadings. Right, so we've freed a few more soldiers, which will help.
We must not exhaust our supplies. As you said. Very well. Shall be done. Farewell to you. Very well. It is begun. As you say.
Dog soon sorted him. Go for the mage.
Very well.
Go, man the gates. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. When I last saw the Terran, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Make sure there's nothing else around here.
More enemies ahead.
And we'll go down into the servants' part to try and... There will be people to rescue.
We must get out! Run! Run!
Go.
Sword bleed for this. Very well. It shall be done. As you say. As you say. It is done. Very well. Bleed for this.
Right away.
Now, once we've gone through this opening sequence, we'll have a look at Lyrium and other stuff like that.
Shall be done.
Because many of you may have guessed, with that being blue, it's actually mana. Right, I have got another level up, so we'll do that before we go any further as well. I'll unlock this sweeping move with blades, so we'll use that. Check the endo first. They're already dead. Nothing we can do to help them now. So, into the kitchen. Dead as well. So, into the kitchen larder.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce.
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Owl's men found me first. Almost did me in right there. He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened. Yes. Vengeance.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My younger son helped me get here. Maker be praised.
I am not surprised. I fear your thanks are premature. I doubt I have saved him.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
Me.
You fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the Maker's intentions. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us. We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go,
It's up to us.
warn your brother. You know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
It was a very short term.
I'm just going to do a quick retweet on that tweet.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe.
Retweet it. Make sure people know we're still live, we're still going.
Spawned several times, but here is where the bulk of the horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Oh there, Duncan.
King Kalen, I didn't expect a...
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met. Your brother has already arrived with Highever's men, but we are still awaiting your father. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken Highever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds. Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bully me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
There's a glory seeker.
Your Majesty.
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
You're lucky you're
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
I want to notice the fire.
Right, so that is the first area completed, and we're now on to Ostagar. So I think I'm going to go around and collect what I can from this area, and then I'll go across the bridge.
The fire. The fire.
There we go. Anything else around here? There's a chest over there, so
Oh, I missed something.
where's the chest? It's behind that one.
I'll tell you. No, you're supposed to lift it up then, so then you get.
Aha.
It is over.
That's
There. Oh, where?
go up
There.
here and just check
Up
round.
there! Oh my god. Where? You get up there.
Sorry if you can hear that, guys, but there's people arguing over another game on the Switch.
It turns out no one heard it. We're not just people either.
Yes, you are just people at the moment.
Just because you're some big streamer doesn't mean you can disrespect me and women.
Why?
Because it doesn't give you the right.
You must be the Grey Warden recruit that
No, it gives me the left.
hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Good luck to you then.
And?
No, get banned.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a dog spawn.
We'll explore around, and like I said, just make sure we get everything. See, that's a helmet we need. Definitely need a helmet. There are a few character interactions to do around the camp as well. And there is actually a quartermaster within the camp as well, which is always handy to visit, because he can give you a backpack upgrade. If you don't start with a human noble, it's worth noting that there's a kennel master here, and a sick Mabari within that compound. If you don't start on the human noble story, you will get an opportunity to heal that Mabari, and have him imprint on you, which will give you a Mabari later on.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Why? Right, so we'll visit Jury, who I believe is another recruit. There we go.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. You have the bearing of a man who knows how to fight. If I may ask, were you a soldier before you came here? Are you a nobleman? I am honored to be in your company, my lord. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance? As am I. Has anyone told you about it? I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
So, any last wishes I can help? Well,
Another one.
You're not what I
That's
thought you'd
Daveth.
be. Me? I was hoping for a comely lass with golden hair and terrible eyesight. The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Exactly.
You sound just like the bloody knight. Well, more power to you. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
I doubt it. Tweet. Another chest to open. Right, before we go to the quartermaster, I'll just sort a few things out. Get rid of that, and that. If you move stuff to the junk before you start an interaction with a shopkeeper, it makes it easier because there is a button just to... I've put that in the junk and I shouldn't have. There is a button just to sell all junk, which will help. Put that back in. Put that on. Move that to junk. That. Keep those because they're crafting items. Get rid of that and that. Keep anything that's a gift. Obviously that's for your hound, but just keep hold of anything that's a gift. And runes, they'll be good for crafting later.
Have you seen an
go
elf
to the
running
quartermaster
about?
now.
Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies? Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find them myself. Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand. So long as you
See about other goods you have. So, as you said, just on the Xbox you just press Y to sell all junk. As I said, didn't get very much for that, but that's it. As it is what it is. Just have a good look through. Nothing on there, so we'll go and
Hello
ask
again.
him
Is
to
there
have a
something you
look at
need?
the
Some
normal
supplies,
items.
perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Sorry about that, guys and girls. I actually just dropped my controller. There we go, the backpack upgrade. Always get that because it increases your carrying capacity, which will be handy later on. So we'll move up here, check round for anything. Chest over there.
Finished.
We'll just check. That's just assigned to in the War Council, so we'll head to the mission area.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Yeah, in armor with swords.
And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. Eager, are we? Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started. With the mage, the Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
Yeah, that would
I'm
make
sure
sense.
the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech. Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes,
that makes
welcome.
things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
I'm done.
Check all those. Real quick check around. Ooh. Thank you.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet are lost now
Templars and mages.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Rebecca, try and run it.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade. The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
I can't sneak round the side or anything.
offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
Right, we'll go and talk to Duncan then.
found Alistair, did you? Good. I assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit. There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Right, so find
Scrolls contain treaties
archive and
promising
3
support.
vials of blood.
Treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Right, so what we're going to do now is head this way and into the Korcari Wilds. Take that elf route first. Right, off we go.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Here we go, so we'll make sure that's on. And move that and assign it to there. Assign that to the rear one.
Someone call the kennel.
As you say.
Dead yet?
Oh.
There is no
That's why that sweeping move is so effective. Ah, there we go.
Over here. Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Alright, let's
I
try
have
and bandage
bandages
him
in
up.
my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the 4 of us slay? 12? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back. That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Oh, don't listen to me then.
That flower, white with a red centre. The Kennel Master at Ostagar was asking about those. The Kennel Master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
Yeah, take that, definitely.
The Darkspawn has sensed us. It has begun. I shall do that. It has begun.
I'm going this death route first. Then we'll go back and collect. Finally, Darkspawn blood, that's one. That's two. Need to make sure we definitely keep count of how many. Plus when we've got three, I'm going to show you something. That noise means that there's another one camouflaged somewhere around here.
More
yeah.
ahead. I shall do it.
I'll go up to the top here.
The task is finished.
I'm too skilled for this.
The Darkspawn has sensed us. What now?
That's the third vial. We'll keep going. Right, so now we head back to Ostagar, the camp. So
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
So heading back to Ostagar, heading back towards Duncan. We know we've only completed half the mission. We've collected the vials of blood, but we haven't found the scrolls. And that's the important part. So we'll head back to him now. In fact, we'll head
You
to
there,
the Kennel
Elf.
Master first.
What's your name?
Greetings. Are you one of the Grey Wardens that went into the wilds? Did you happen to see any white flowers? I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. You're very generous. Thank you for your help. Perhaps we won't lose as many hounds today as I'd feared.
There we go. Right. So we'll go to Duncan.
So you return from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We have the
Did
blood.
you find the archive?
No. But we haven't searched the entire area yet.
And I suggest you get back out there. Good luck.
Right, so you can see I've earned a level up. I'm now on level 4. We will just use those. Improve combat tactics. We can now unlock. Yep, unlock picking level 2. But this is a piece of code that was never fixed. I don't know why it wasn't ever patched or wasn't ever fixed. But if you keep going back to Duncan and replaying the same conversation,
So you return from the wilds. Did you...
you can skip most of what he says because we know what he says. Do it a few times. Third time will be required.
No.
And I...
There you go. We already earned a level up for Alistair. But if we keep going through, there you go, you've earned a second level up already. Level 5. We'll quickly level up Alistair. Even up his totals. And then do a sustained shield defense. And we know we've got another level up for ourselves, so take it up. And add strength this time. Dual weapon finesse. We want to get this leveled up, so this requires 26 dexterity, 36 dexterity, level 9 and 12. On dual weapon mastery, because this means you can hold 2 full-size weapons, whereas now you can only hold a full-size sword and a dagger. So but as I say, you keep playing the same conversation, please just keep going through it, bit of patience. Don't be tempted to fully level up to level, I believe it's 25, because I've got the DLC unlocked. But if you're on the standard game, do not level up to maximum level. It will make the game a lot harder for you, and you'll get killed more frequently. Some places will become impossible.
Did you... No. And I... Did you... No. And I... Did you... No. And I...
Keep going.
No. And I... And I suggest you
might
get
level
back...
us up to level 12, and then I think I will call it a night for tonight. We're an hour and a half in. We've completed the first mission. We're at Astagar, and we are halfway through
So
the
you
second full mission. It's always best with Alistair to level up his strength and constitution because he's a warrior. Those are his 2 main features. And he is a sword and shield user, so always best to go through his shield. Level this one up. I've got a specialisation point, which if you cycle through you can see they're all unlocked on this. If you buy the game new, these will not all be unlocked for the believe the only one unlocked is Ranger. You have to play through the story and unlock them all gradually through character encounters and things like that. So, what shall we go with? We will go with Duelist. We need to increase dexterity. We will no, we need to improve those. Training, sorry. Steered you wrong then. It's combat training, go through. So we need 26 dexterity and level 9. So we can do riposte and flurry. And then carry on leveling up. Same conversation, just keep skipping through.
And I see. So, did you find the archive?
No.
Right, level up again. Level 4, take that. Go for lockpicking this time, because we know we can't get those. Yeah, we'll keep doing the lockpicking. So,
did you find the?
That's Alistair's level up.
And I.
And that's our level up.
Did you?
Keep going through, keep skipping the conversation, leveling up.
No.
As I said, I don't know why this piece of code's never been fixed. It's never been patched. I don't think anybody's ever questioned it or really moved on it, so... Apologies for that, I don't know what happened there. There's an interruption in the stream there. You might need to check yours that got interrupted there. Stream manager's not back up yet, so... Right. That one stopped. Yeah. Right, so we'll level up. This is a level 9 level up. Keep going on it. I will do Herbalist this time. Get momentum. Keep going through.
Did you find?
Make sure we keep going through, and I know it's repeating the same conversation. It is pretty boring, I do agree. But this is what we do just to get that level up. Make things a little bit easier through the game. Make sure we can have some better equipment. Which you'll notice as we go through, the things in the shops will now be better quality. The quality will be improved, the materials will be improved, the stats will be improved. It just goes on your level purely as you walk up to that shop. Let's do a quick level up. Alistair's almost ready for level 12. Put up his strength. Put his specialism up. There we go. Critical hit. Alright, we'll make sure we are fully leveled up. Trap making. I'm going to level up one more time. One more. There we go. Put up Alistair's strength. 25 to overpower, there we go. We can now have mastery, dual weapon mastery. So we can move that. Get rid of that, that's a two-handed weapon. Rid of those. Those. Right, so now we'll pay a quick visit to Quartermaster.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Let me know.
Right, so now we can sell all junk. As you can see, weapons, there's things more readily available, made of better materials.
This one, whichever, or this one, or this one.
Take some toxin extract. Death root, elf root. Some trap triggers. There we go. Right. So I'll make my way back towards the gates to go back out into the Kokari Wilds. And then I'm going to save it. And that will be me calling it a night for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the coding weakness I've shown you. And I hope that helps you get your levels up. So as you can see from my schedule, I'll see you all again on Sunday night. I hope you'll all join me. I'll see you again soon. Oh, don't forget, if you are watching back on YouTube, please give us a subscribe, give us a follow on Twitch and on Twitter, and that'll keep you ahead of what we're going to do. So thanks again, guys. See you again. Bye.